All right. Well, good day and welcome, and thank you for joining me today because this is the best time for me of the year. Today we are going to celebrate the best movies of the entire year. What I am voting on are the ones that really stood out as being either really fun or really emotional, something that really had a good impact on me. And for the most part, I am looking for fun. Now, I also have to say, I did not see all of the films this year. I didn't go to all of them. You know, I went to a lot and I spent a lot of money going to the theater. Because I don't just go to see the movies. I have to have a full gambit of popcorn and drinks and candy, and I just do the whole experience. And I even go out for dinner before I go out to the theater. So the whole experience adds up. So basically, there are some that are just not here because of that. Maybe there is a few surprises. I know there's one in here that surprised me, and it might be on your list of surprises, or maybe you might think that I am completely out to lunch and you totally disagree with me. Let's give it a go. This is the season. Let's enjoy the top 10. I have to give a special shout out to a number 11 because here comes a movie that I did not get a chance to see, and that is Godzilla Minus One. This just came out in December to a select few theaters, and it wasn't in my area. And the reason why I put it on here is because from what the reviews say, this is an incredibly good movie. And therefore, it seems as though at the very minimum, it would land somewhere on my top 10 list. So a special recognition for the one movie that I did not get a chance to see, Godzilla Minus One. Coming in at number 10 is Super Mario Brothers. So for me, it was the jokes that landed, and I think that's what really put me over the edge onto the plus side when it came to all of its flaws. I had a good time, I had a lot of good laughs, and so therefore, it has made it to the list at number 10. Now, number 9, we have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You know what? This was pretty cool. And if you look at my review, I did have a good time with it. So it stands at number 9. So coming in at number 8, I just want you to bear with me for a moment. Sitting at number 8 is Barbie. I'll tell you. I mean, Barbie came out and I was not expecting to have a good time. In fact, I was even thinking about not going to it. I'm giving it a few points just for exceeding my expectations. I gave it a few points just for that. So yes, it's not the greatest movie, but heck, it was not as bad as I thought it was going to be, and I had a good time. And so there it is at number 8, Barbie. Sitting at number 7 is a film that is divisive in the movie community. It's The Flash. To be honest with you, I didn't realize some of the flaws until after the movie was over, after I had my experience, after I got to talking with other people about it and hearing some of the things that really did change my mind to a certain degree. What I got to remember is like, how did I feel when I went to the theater and then walked out? And I can tell you, I was high-fiving this with my son. We had a great time. I enjoyed it. And therefore, it's a good 7th place. So speaking of DC, falling apart at the end is Aquaman 2. Got a chance to use one of these motion boxes that vibrate and tilt, and so it really enhanced my experience for it, and I had a good time. So yeah, I enjoyed this one, and on to the next. I'm going to let you know that once we hit number 5, it really gets into my top 10. Like, it's number 5 and up that's really the showcase of the year. Up until now, so far on this list, none of these were movies that I found outstanding. In fact, 2023 did not break or blow my mind with awesome films. Number 5 is The Creator. I love this film. In fact, I want to watch it over and over again. It's a special film because of its artistry and its visual style, and everything about it to me, I think, is almost perfect. I think not only the visual style, I do like the story. I like the way it was put together, and some of the intense moments were really intense. Certainly, as you put it as a whole, all together, I think this is an outstanding and special movie, and it sits at number 5. It's a bit of a difficult one for me to put at number 4 because in a way I really wanted to put it higher on the list, and that is because it completely inspired even my Halloween costume this year. I grew my hair out for the first time and I was able to show off like John Wick. John Wick 4 is sitting at number 4 for me, and I love the conclusion to this story. Once I left that movie theater, I was on a high. I was really on a high, and I left that movie theater like, oof, rock on. Okay, got to do a bit of an adjustment there because it's getting hot in here and we're hitting down to number 3. Number 3 for me is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Wow, just like the first film, number 1, it was absolutely mind-blowing with its animation, and I loved the humor and I loved the storytelling. So key to some of these films about whether or not it's going to keep your attention grabbed and whether or not you're invested in your characters is not knowing what's going to happen to them. You were like stuck into your seat, could not move, wondering what the heck's going to happen. And again, walking out of the movie theater on a complete high was how I felt with Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, as it sits at number 3. Number 2 is one that really got me right here. Wow, what an emotional roller coaster ride Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was. I absolutely loved it. It was so fresh, it was so good, and I was a little worried that they may flop at the end, and they didn't. Man, what a great fun ride this was, and what a great emotional impact it had. I love it. It stands at number 2, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Number 1 is a fun, thrilling ride that I had with my buddy Tom Cruise. Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning. I laughed at moments that I didn't expect to laugh at. I was really engaged in the twists and turns that were happening here. And again, the fun adventure that Tom Cruise has, his charisma, and it's not even over the top. It's this grandiose feeling of the atmosphere that you get going to see the film. It's almost like an event on its own. Like, what are you going to see? What are you going to experience? And the fact that he works so hard, again, I got to give a few extra points for the dedication that him and his whole crew have towards completing a great, fun, cohesive film. Very pleased, very entertained. So, at number 1, my buddy Tom Cruise and his crew at Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning. So that's it. That completes my series of the top 10 films that I have enjoyed throughout 2023. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it too. Again, stay tuned for my top worst films of 2023. And then soon after that, we are going to get into the most anticipated films of 2024. So please join me on that. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, because I want to be able to share this with you. So join me for that. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, enjoy life. Enjoy film. Take care. And I wish you well.